Hello and welcome to the Quever channel. I am Jason, your host. I hope you're all having a splendiferous day. I am currently in my backyard. Just check the temperature in the house and outside the house because the sun's hitting the front of the house again. So let's pause this. It's about 17 Celsius out here. Inside it's about 25 upstairs in my bedroom. Well, in my streaming room. My safe space. I want to talk about dehydration. You see, for non-disabled people, you do a lot of things automatically or without thinking. You're thirsty, you go and drink water from the kitchen or out of your fridge, or you pick up your bottle and you drink from it. Someone with mental disabilities, and this can be anything from bipolar, ADHD, autism, doesn't get that normal sensory thought to action the same way. In fact, we sometimes have a to-do list and say there's 10 items on that to-do list. And your brain is firing things into that to-do list all the time, and it's a limited bandwidth. And so, unfortunately, if something like thoughts about how a nuclear weapon works, that might fill the entire to-do list and there's nothing else on it. Now, non-disabled people also get this. This is when they do something like crunch mode, or they're coding, or they're doing something that's really interesting to them, and they're so focused and they forget to drink, they forget to eat. If I didn't have prompts set up, I could actually die of dehydration. I have in the past gone 2.5 days without water, to the point where you are severely dehydrated, to the point where you start feeling lethargic. Your brain is slowing down, your body is slowing down because you know water. I live in a first world country, although the government seems to be pushing our country into a third world country. That's another talk. Doggy's having fun behind me. I can see him on the camera. But yeah, distracted easily, very easily distracted. But that's what I mean. The priority to-do list that should be stuff like eating, drinking, using the toilet, those can get completely knocked out of the park by anything else that interests my brain. And sometimes they don't come back on it. So I have to bind myself to drink by having it on my Habitica. But let's look at my Habitica. I mean, if you look at that, right at the top it says drink water. Below that is baseball bat. Baseball bat. Well, I've got a baseball bat over there, and I do sort of movements within. I do it as part of my manual dexterity exercise. I've also got a lightsaber over there. That's why there's also, it will say a lightsaber down here, and that will be ticked off. That's because I've already done my lightsaber moving about. It's all exercise from my hands and my arms, and that, and I do Beat Saber as well. But up above that is drink water, and I have to tick that on when I've remembered that I have actually drank water today. There's people's names on there because I will, to remind me on to actually say hello to my friends. This doesn't come automatically to check on them and make sure they're okay. Doing the dishes, the sink, give Zach a love. I'm going to have to remind myself to give the dog a love. All these things are not automatic, and if I haven't got prompts for them, they don't happen. I've got things like check on my friend Brit, check on my friend Apurdis, ask how they are. There's in their VR game, there's playing a game. I have to remind myself to actually play a game. It doesn't come naturally. I don't automatically think, oh, I want to play this game today. No, I have to prompt myself to say, okay, now's the time for me actually to play a game on your computer. Pick up a game, play that. Dinner, lunch, recycling. I never do all of them. I never manage all of them. I never have a single day where I manage to do all of these little things. Visit Facebook, not because I'm going to be spending time on that, but I just check in on there to see if there's any message from people who contact me on there. It's the only time I think, but I have to try and remember. Otherwise, I can go 6 months without looking at Facebook. It can just happen. Check email, have a wash, take medication. It gives me a little ding, and I get some money, and I get an XP boost, and I get some damage to the quest I'm on. And it allows me to create a feedback loop. Check Discord in case there's any messages for me. Refill my water. Deal with the dog poop. Watch 1 hour of a TV series. Work on a project. Check on friends. All of these hundreds of little things that I have on there mean that I can function. Now, the problem is this. This is on a normal thing. Now, let's say something like, oh, I don't know, the stress of my universal credit adds on top. That makes it more difficult to remember because I've actually got to remember to access my phone, to turn on my prompt thingy, and to look at it. If I don't do that, all of the rest of the stuff in there doesn't matter. So I have post-it notes and little things around the house that I just write on now and then that just say, hey, check your phone, check bHaptic, so that I might walk past it and remember, because this is the problem. The priorities in my head are not the priorities that a normal person's brain has. And this is why, well, part of why disabled people are always more fatigued or tired, because they have to make these manual efforts, they create these coping strategies. This is why stuff like PIP and everything, it's good, it's nice for them when the rest of the world isn't trying to kill them off. It's nice when the rest of the world isn't trying to take their money away. It's nice for them when the rest of the world isn't shouting at them and saying they're lazy and that, because they have enough shit to deal with up here. They are dealing with so much. And then you say, it's truly amazing how some people like that are able to actually work. But you've got to remember that it is very easy for things to be triggered, problems to happen, your issues to become overblown. I am having to do so many different coping strategies to stop my brain being sucked into a whirlpool of, oh my God, they're going to take your money away, they're going to destroy your life, you're going to have none of this, and how you're going to cope, you're going to die. All of that on top of all the normal stuff. Some disabled people can work, but imagine if this wasn't a safe space, this was a part of my work. Imagine if this computer wasn't a safe space, was actually something I had to do to pay the bills. Imagine how much more that would basically destroy its ability to be used as a safe space or a coping strategy. I say every day, everything I do is an achievement. It's a good thing. Allows me to be independent, allows me to live, allows me to exist. Aki is cleaning himself. It's so easy for me to get distracted. But this is the whole point. I do this kind of video to explain. I'm not whining. I'm not saying, oh, woe is me. I'm just trying to convey. Firstly, it's something that's on my mind and I've got to get out of my head. Secondly, it's there for other people to listen to and to know that they're not alone, to maybe just understand a little bit of what the disabled person is going into on a normal day, on an okay day. And they will realize just how fucking exhausting it all is. And just build a bit of understanding. And then others just want to check in on me and make sure I'm okay. But yeah, I would love to have a job. I would. I would love to have a job. I would love to not be at the beck and call of the benefit system of the government. Most disabled people would. But even with my problem solving ability, even with all my coping strategies, I know my limits. I know how bad things could go and how I could lose nearly all of my coping strategies if this became some kind of job instead of what it is, a coping strategy to keep me going every day. That is the crazy thing. Aki, what are you doing? Aki is investigating the water butt. Aki, oi! You'll get stuck under that chair. Don't know what he's going after under there. There's nothing under there. Just like there's a smell that bothers him. Yes, he's so easily distracted. This is so easily distracted. Okay, bye bye for now. I hope you all have a good day.